Alrighty y'all, for this tutorial today you're going to need some faux leather or some real leather. That's all up to you. You're also going to need some buckram and some embroidery floss and a pattern for the mask. Now I found my mask pattern online by doing a search of dusk mask patterns, so you can do the same thing. Just pick out the one that works for you. Alright, so I've cut out 2 pieces for this mask, and I'll be using some elastic trim that I think I actually purchased at the dollar store. The first thing we're going to do is put right sides facing together, and we're going to sew that front piece, which is actually the middle piece that goes down your nose, your mouth, and your chin. So I'm going to sew that. And the next thing I'm doing is I'm going to take those side pieces and fold over approximately 1 inch just to make a channel to put the elastic through. So we're going to do that on each end. And then here you see I've cut a mouthpiece out. I actually thought I was recording for that part, but I didn't. But I basically just folded it over and made the half shape to cut out that mouthpiece there. Now the next thing I'm doing here is I'm sewing a zigzag stitch across that center stitch that I did. I just laid it open and sewed a zigzag just for sturdiness and because I like the way it looked is the reason that I did that. Alright, now I'm using that mask piece to kind of trace it bigger over a piece of buckram that I had. It just seemed like the right material for it, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to paint that black because I want it to have that dark effect. The white would have really taken away from what I was trying to do, but the buckram took the paint very well, so if that's what you have, that's what you can use. And now I'm going to, after I've let it dry, I'm actually going to sew it onto the opening for the mouth that I created. And this is kind of tricky, but you can do it. If I did it, you can. So this is what it looks like after I've sewn that piece of painted buckram on there, and now I'm just going to trim up some of that because I did make it way bigger than I needed it, just, you know, in case I made any mistakes. And now I'm using a double layer of embroidery floss. I was going to use twine, but I really didn't have a needle or the appropriate equipment to do that, so the embroidery floss worked really well. And on this step you can kind of do your own creation. You can do, you know, X's or whatever. I just chose to make straight stitches. So now I'm going to do a decorative, I guess decorative isn't the right word, but just kind of a closing zigzag stitch right along the edge, just being sure not to sew through the canal that you created for the elastic. So now I'm just going to cut the elastic to the measurements that I need, tying it in a knot, and then I'm going to feed that knot up and through there so it doesn't irritate your ears when you wear it. And there you have it. There is our spooky little psycho mask. Peace, y'all. Bye-bye.